Hi, this is Bill. I'm the salty old Marine. How long does it take to get your claim approved? I mean, from start to finish. From the day you put in a claim to the day you get a check from the VA, presuming that your disability is approved. Well, nobody knows. That's a tough answer, but let me try to break it down. From the day you put in your disability claim, the VA begins to work on it. It's going to go through a whole lot of people, and it's going to go through a whole lot of machinations. Your military records are going to be pulled. Your medical records are going to be pulled. If they have to go out to private doctors and things like that, and you've given them permission to do that, that's going to take some time as well. The average, according to the VA, seems to be around 150 days. That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, 120 days is 4 months, so say 5 months, right? 6 months maybe. In my experience so far, it's taken a lot longer than that. But everybody's different, and every claim is different. So let's just use a baseline of 150 days, but let's temper that with the thought that it can take a lot longer. So I didn't track my original tinnitus claim. I think it went fairly quickly, but my PTSD claim I did track, and that took 251 days. So keep that in mind. It's a difficult thing. You've got to have patience. What happens is you put in your claim, they start doing all their investigation. You can track it through the VA portal. It'll show you what step your claim is currently in. And there are 8 steps, right? So typically it'll go to step 3 fairly quickly. It'll stay there for a really long time. And then it'll go through 5, 6, 7, and 8 a little faster. 3 is where it spends most of its time. And it may recycle back at some point. Mine did. At some point while your claim is processing, you may be scheduled, and you probably will be scheduled, for what's called a CNP, or a Compensation and Pension Exam. They'll call you or email you. I got called and emailed. And they will ask you to set up an exam. It'll usually be with a third party that is working with the VA. That's what happened in both of mine. And the exam will be by someone who is a medical professional in the field related to what your claim is, right? So my first CNP exam was with an audiologist for tinnitus. My second CNP exam was with a psychologist for PTSD. So that all makes sense. Please go to the CNP exam. It might be in person. My audiologist was. It might be via a video link. My psychologist for my PTSD was that. But make the time and go. I don't think you have to, but it's been my understanding from talking to other veterans that you're pretty much dooming your claim if you don't go to the CNP exam. So go. At the CNP exam, you'll be checked for whatever it is you've been claiming, right? So in the case of my tinnitus claim, they put me in the booth, they made me listen to sounds, blah, blah, blah. In the case of the PTSD, a psychologist reviewed all my records from my VA therapy, from the treatment that I had been receiving, from the questionnaires that I had filled out, from the statements that I had made, and on that basis, filled out what's called a DBQ, which was then sent in to the VA rater. Excuse me. So the VA rater then does their thing, and in my case, the VA rater apparently had some questions, I don't know what they were, and sent it back to the CNP examiner. And the CNP examiner did something. I don't know what, and sent it back to the rater. And at that point, everything went very quickly after that, and I did finally get my rating. So all I can say is it takes a long time. Subjectively, it's just going to be a long time. Objectively, it can vary, right? But it's going to take as long as it takes. You're going to need to have some patience. Go ahead and keep checking that VA portal. I check it every freaking day. Or don't check it. Just, let it ride because you know you've done everything. In my case, one of the reasons I would check it every day is because I wanted to see that little statement that said, there is nothing you need to do right now, because I dreaded having something happen that required my input and I didn't pay attention to it. So I kept checking. I'm not saying you should. In fact, you probably shouldn't. But I did, and didn't kill me. But it certainly made the suspense level fairly high, right? So your call. But the important thing here is to have some patience. Again, the average, according to the VA, and it varies from day to day, they update it all the time, is like 150 days. My case, 251 days for my PTSD claim. I've heard of claims going longer than that. I understand that the more complex the claim is, the longer it takes. I also understand that the overall waiting period has been going up as more veterans from our more recent wars have been filing claims. And that's unfortunate that we need to file claims. It's unfortunate that the VA has a backlog, but again, that is what it is as well. So again, patience, and you'll get there. You'll get there. This is Bill. I am the Salty Old Marine. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I love the comments. It's how we help this channel grow. It's how we get the word out. We're trying very hard to get the word out. And as always, have a great day.